list of top local stories is the Bellevue tornado. In June, just south of Omaha, there were 2 F2 tornadoes that touched down in Bellevue. Wind speeds of over 135 miles per hour were recorded, causing damage to trees and homes around the city. Also affected by the storm was the Offutt Air Force Base, which recorded over $10 million in damage. Another unique local story was the blooming of a very rare plant at the Lawrenson Gardens called the corpse flower. This type of flower has only been witnessed and bloomed 200 times in human history and produces an intense smell for 24 to 48 hours. The Lawrenson Gardens named the flower the Amazing Stinko and offered free admission. During the bloom, over 7,500 visitors came to see the special event. Our next story takes us to the Henry Doorly Zoo, where the new exhibit was opened, named the Children Adventure Trails. This new exhibit was a $27.5 million expansion project. It features a treehouse with a wrecked pirate ship and nearby tubes crawling with monkeys. There is also a walk-behind waterfall and a creek for kids to play in. Just missing our top spot is Scott Frost being hired as the head coach of Nebraska football team. Our new AD Bill Moose fired Mike Riley. Frost was announced as the head coach on December 2, 2017. Frost helped the Huskers win a shared national title playing under Tom Osborne in 1997. Since playing, he has coached the Oregon Ducks and led the UCF Knights to an undefeated season. Earning the top spot in local news is the solar eclipse that occurred on August 21st. Nebraska was one of the best places in the country to see this rare event. Over 708,000 people visited our state. There was an estimated $127 million spent in tourist money.
Starting off our list is the engagement between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle is an American actress known for playing Jamie in Horrible Bosses. Their wedding will be in May 2018 at the St. George's Chapel, Windsor. Next on our list is an embarrassing mistake made at the Oscars. This year, when presenting the award for Best Pictures, Warren Beatty accidentally announced the wrong winning. Instead of giving the award to Moonlight, it was accidentally announced that La La Land won. The mistake caused chaos and confusion, but was quickly corrected. Another story making our countdown is the closing of the Ringling Brothers Circus. After being in the business for 146 years, the circus officially closed for business on May 21st. This decision came after years of debate and protests from animal rights organizations such as PETA, who claimed making animals such as elephants and lions performing is wrong. Just missing the top spot is Taylor Swift releasing her latest album titled Reputation. The album features the hit song Look What You Made Me Do and found immediate success, selling and sold 1.2 million albums in a week on sale. This is a follow-up from her 2014 album, 1948, which was also a success. Topping our list of top entertainment stories is the birth of Beyoncé and Jay-Z's twins, born on June 13th. The power couple welcomed a boy and a girl named Rumi and Sir Carter. The twins joined older sister Blue Ivy Carter and were born in Los Angeles, California.
Beginning our countdown, we have the net neutrality debate. The new FCC chairman, Ajit Pai, recently unveiled plans to repeal net neutrality. This is the law that was signed in 2015 by President Obama that regulated the internet. Without net neutrality, different ISP providers would be allowed to adjust speeds of certain sites and even charge different amounts to access different sites. Moving down our list, in fourth place is the women's marches that took place all around the world. Supporters of the women's rights planned over 400 separate protests in the United States on January 21st. An estimated 4 million people participated in these activities in cities around the country, including big marches in both Washington, D.C. and right here in Omaha. In the middle of our list, we have Hurricane Harvey and the devastating effects it had on Houston, Texas. Hurricane Harvey hit landfall and officially became the costliest storm in history, causing nearly $200 billion in damage. The storm also brought over 60 inches of rain, which shattered previous records. When the storm finished, 89 people lost their lives and over 30,000 were displaced from their homes. Just missing the top spot is the start of President Trump's time in office. He began the presidency after being sworn into office on January 20th. Although this happens every 4 years, this was one of the more controversial wins in recent history. Since taking office, Trump has seen many ups and downs, including record highs in the stock market and record lows in approval ratings. Topping our list for the biggest U.S. story goes to the Las Vegas tragedy. On the night of October 1st, a gunman opened fire on a crowd of concert-goers at the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival on the Las Vegas Strip in Nevada. The event took place when country star Jason Aldean was performing. During the tragedy, 58 people lost their lives and 546 were injured, making it the worst shooting in modern American history.
Beginning our list of top Netflix shows is the show Supernatural. The show is about Sam and Dean Winchester and their fight against monsters and other unhuman beings. The show is now in their 10th season of production. Next on the list is The Magic School Bus Rides Again. This is the long-awaited remake of the popular show we all know and love. In this version, we meet Miss Frizzle's sister, who's now the science teacher and takes her kids on many different science adventures. The show stars Kate McKinnon as Miss Frizzle. Hitting the middle spot on our list is controversial Selena Gomez show, 13 Reasons Why. The show is based on the very popular book and was an instant hit on Netflix. The show has already been renewed for a second season. Just missing the top spot is the show Riverdale. The show is loosely based on the Archie comics and focuses on the life of Archie Andrews and his friends Veronica, Jughead, and Betty. Our pick for the top Netflix show of 2017 is Stranger Things Season 2. After a very successful first season, Season 2 was an even bigger hit. The show focuses on the kids returning to a normal life after a kidnapping. There's no official word yet if there will be a Season 3, but it is highly likely.
Starting our list for the top stories in the world of sports is the LA Olympic announcement. On September 13th, the Olympic Committee announced that the city would be hosting the 2028 Summer Olympic Games. This will be the first time the Summer Games have been in the United States since Atlanta, hosting in 1996. Next on our list is a wild Super Bowl between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. The Patriots were down by 28 points. Nobody had ever imagined that they would be able to come back. However, Tom Brady led his team to do exactly that by making the largest comeback in Super Bowl history. It also was the very first Super Bowl to go in overtime. The final score was 34-28. Hitting the middle of our list is a boxing match that was one of a kind. For the first time ever, an MMA champion and a boxing champion met in the ring. Floyd Mayweather went up against UFC star Conor McGregor. The fight took place on August 26th and earned the two fighters a record-breaking $130 million. In the end, Mayweather won with a TKO in the 10th round. However, this is far better than anyone predicted. Missing the top spot on our countdown is Scott Frost being hired as the next Husker head coach. After Mike Riley was fired from Nebraska after the embarrassing season, Scott Frost left his position at UCF to join his alma mater. This is the first hire since Tom Osborne retired that has unified our fan base and created optimism for the football program. Our pick for the biggest stories in sports for 2017 is the controversial NFL protest. This movement started when ex-San Francisco 49er Colin Kaepernick decided to kneel during the national anthem. The move quickly caught on, spreading to teams all around the league and even to different sports. The protests were meant to bring awareness to how he felt our country treats people in minority. This trend led to the NFL seeing some of the worst ratings in the history of the organization.